I mentioned some of it, but yeah, some.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the legendary and historic Manitowoc Lutheran High School, where tonight your Manitowoc Lutheran Lady Lancers will take on the Kohler Blue Bombers. My name is Jamie Nod, up here in the booth with me alongside Mr. O'Horn. And Mr. O'Horn, welcome in.
Glad to be here, filling in here for Drew Stout, kind of last second, so happy to be here, Jamin, and looks to be a great ball game tonight.
Yeah, definitely for sure, and I'm happy to be alongside of you up here in the booth. And both teams come into this game about the same record. Your Lancers 12-2, Blue Bombers 10-2. Both are second in conference. Both are some really great basketball teams.
Yeah, so this is gonna kind of a neat night here for Big East basketball because this is the crossover game. So both teams are second in the conference. Obviously, Lancers second in the north, right behind St. Mary Catholic. And then Kohler is in second, right behind Oostburg in the south. So everyone's matching up today. This will be a good game. Boy, that St. Mary's Oostburg game will be a good game. So just kind of a neat thing to tie both conferences into one year with this crossover night.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And that St. Mary's Oostburg game, a battle between Autumn Crow and the Ketterhagen twins. That'll be a game to remember. And now let's take a look here into the Blue Bombers. They come in tonight, as we mentioned, 10-2, second in conference, second to Oostburg. They're a pretty darn good basketball team, averaging 65 points per game. They're shooting 40% as a team from all over, as a team shooting 25% from three. I mean, all around great stats, as you can kind of see there.
Absolutely. I was really impressed as I was getting for the game. I mean, the number that jumps out to me, like you had mentioned, is 65 points a game. Like, I was impressed with what we score. This is even more than that.
Yeah, we're putting up just about the same amount at 63. So 65 points per game is definitely not a small margin of error there. Both teams are a very high-scoring offense, and they also shoot the ball really well, as both teams 40% overall shooting. And both teams also get after it on the rebounding side of things. Lancers 38 rebounds per game, Blue Bombers 40 rebounds per game, 40 and a half to be exact.
It's about as evenly matched on paper game that we probably had all year.
For sure. I mean, this might be one of the best competitions so far that the Lancers have had. Sheboygan Falls up there, obviously Oostburg the best team, but I definitely think tonight is going to come down to the hustle and the rebounding and the defense on both sides.
Yeah, and then just keeping some of the star players for Kohler in check. We'll talk a lot, I'm sure, tonight about Gwen Elliott. She averages almost 26 points a game and 12 rebounds. So that means you got to be able to guard her out on the perimeter, but you got to also keep her off the glass as well.
And I can't imagine Mike coming in tonight. He's got some zone defenses, looking at ways to stop her, getting in that 2-3, maybe a boxing one, and having Marissa or Micaiah on her all night long. Maybe that 1-3-1, keeping her outside of the lane and making her shoot it from outside.
Exactly. I think our press that we do so well, if Kohler can't handle that pressure that we'll bring, it doesn't make a difference where Gwen Elliott's going to be. You're not going to score if you're turning the ball over. So yeah, turnover is definitely going to be the key tonight for both sides.
Yeah, definitely. The Lancers have perfected their 1-3-1. As we mentioned all year, we're going to talk about it. They practice that 1-3-1 every day, all day in practice. They've kind of switched to a bit of a 2-3 the last couple games. 2-3, more of a defense to get teams on the outside. So I can't imagine tonight that they might be looking at more of a 2-3 defense almost all game.
Absolutely. And then hopefully it's Kohler that's got to adjust to us rather than us having to adjust to what Kohler does. The Lancers have done a nice job of making the other team have to change their offensive defense.
And now we're going to take it downstairs to Ethan Brooks with interview with head coach Mike Benke.
I'm Ethan Brooks. Alongside me, Coach Benke. Coach, what's some of your goals coming into tonight to beat the very well-rounded Kohler team?
So we have to really do a nice job on number 13 on Elliott. Everything kind of goes through her. She gets everybody involved. So we got to do a good job of trying to keep the ball out of her hands, make her play with the basketball out of her hands. So we'll see if we can do that tonight.
Right. And how do you think is the best way to execute those goals for your team?
I mean, again, a lot of it's going to be communication on defense, and when we have girls come in off the bench, understanding what we're trying to do and then execute that as well.
All right. Thank you, Coach. I'm Ethan Brooks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Ethan, and thank you, Coach Mike. Definitely a lot of great things you saw there. As one of the key components, as we've been talking about up here in the booth, number 13, Gwen Elliott. You mentioned 25 points, 12 rebounds. She's definitely the kind of do-it-all player for the Bombers.
And only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's extraordinary, a sophomore averaging those kind of points. Higher points than the best Ketterhagen. So
there you go.
Definitely going to be a key component for the Blue Bombers. And she's not just the only one coming in. Also a senior, Claire Bratz, averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, also shooting 47% and also a pretty decent three-point shooter as well. One of only 2 seniors on Kohler's roster, so probably bringing in a little bit of experience, maybe a calming force that allows Gwen to probably get some more open looks if need be.
Definitely, for sure. They're a great 1-2 punch for the Bombers, as you can see just by on paper-wise. Definitely that 1-2 punch that they need for that 10-2 record, obviously. And now we're going to take it to the key players to watch for your Lancers here tonight. First, we're going to take it over to Marissa Melhorn, senior, averaging 13 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals. So she makes it work both on the offensive and the defensive end, and she gets after on the hustle play for rebounds.
I think what impresses me most this year with Marissa is just nothing seems to faze her. I mean, this is obviously her 4th year of not only playing but starting on varsity basketball. You could almost say she's seen it all. That's maybe a little bit of a slight exaggeration, but nothing seems to faze her. If she misses her first 5 shots, it doesn't mean that she's not going to make her next 5.
For sure, she is always getting after it. She's always hustling. You kind of watch a game and she's running up and down the floor, no stop. I mean, you aren't lying when you kind of say she's seen it all. They've made deep playoff runs year in, year out. She's been on those deep playoff run teams. Since she was a freshman. She's seen how to develop from a freshman to a senior now, playing against other seniors. So I definitely think she has perfected this year just everything that she's been able to do so far.
And she's got the scoring record and all that's behind her now. There's no pressure on her to break the record or whatever else. She can just play basketball.
And was it last night? 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago in the doubleheader with Reedsville, Marissa coming off a career best, 22 rebounds. I think it was 14 defensive and 8 offensive. 8 offensive rebounds is amazing.
I was able to do that game, and it just seemed like the ball just fell in her hands every time the ball went up. And to Marissa's credit, she was in the right spot too.
Yeah, and that kind of speaks to her maturity as being able to kind of view where that ball's going to come off the rim and being able to get in great position there. And now next we're going to take it to Makai Krause, coming into tonight, averaging 18.7 points per game, about 20, 5 rebounds, also 3.5 steals. So just like Marissa, she's kind of the engine that gets it going, offensive, defensively. She can rebound as well, but I definitely think her strong suit is playing with pace and running up and down the floor.
Yeah, it was fun to see her kind of play, like I just said with Marissa, just like calming. She got her 1,000th point a week or so ago, and what does she do the next game? She puts up 31 points. You know, I think the weight of getting that 1,000 points is off. She can just play basketball too, just have fun as she's doing it. And man, now granted, they weren't guarding her either, but she was getting wide open looks and making it for a career high 31 points in her last game against Reedsville.
Yeah, and 31 points is no easy task. I mean, she was able to shoot the 3 very well, as this year she has shot the 3 very well. She's shot, I believe she's in the 30% range shooting 3, so that's also a great margin there.
Absolutely.
And I think her and Marissa also, just like the Bombers, are a great 1-2 punch. Marissa on the rebounds, Makai on the fast break, and she also on the fast break, she finds her teammates. She runs up the floor, sprints up the floor, and then she's got her head up as she's looking for her teammates running down the floor. But if there's nobody there, she has the speed that she can just beat anyone coast to coast right to the rim.
But the one thing that maybe we can kind of keep an eye on as the game goes on is free throws. As I look through the stats on both of these teams, they're pretty close, except when it comes to free throws. Lancers just have been struggling all year long, shooting under 50% on free throws. Kohler shooting slightly over 50% on free throws. And sometimes those 1-point or 2-point free throws make all the difference in the world.
Definitely, for sure. And my dad and me as a kid, as one of my coaches, installed in me that free throws win you basketball games. You get in those close games, teams are following each other back and forth. And if you're not able to make those free throws, then the other opposing team could come right down, get a quick bucket, and then look at that, you're already down by 1.
Absolutely.
So free throws are going to be huge. And to be exact, Bombers come in with a 54% compared to the Lancers 46. So definitely might have to look out for that free throw battle here tonight.
Exactly. As close on paper game as we've had all year here at Lancer Circle. Both teams averaging 60 points. Both teams giving up about 45 points. We'll see what it comes down to.
Definitely should be a great game here tonight. And so now at this time, we're going to take it to the national anthem. Thank you to all our men and women of service, past, now, and future. We here at the MLHS broadcast team very much thank you for your service. And so now in just a moment, we are going to get the starting lineups for both the Blue Bombers and your very own Manitowoc Lancers.
Lancers very senior-heavy, dominated team with mostly seniors playing. Blue Bombers, as we mentioned, only 2 seniors on their entire roster.
Definitely looking like Bombers might make an impact here in the next couple seasons,
Absolutely.
having lots of sophomores and juniors on their roster.
Number 13, Elliott, as we talked about. Number 15, Emily Hokvar, also sophomore. Number 30, also a sophomore, Lauren Rotz. Number 0, a junior, Avery, I'm not going to say that name, so I apologize. And number 41, Claire Rotz, is, like we mentioned, one of the 2 seniors on the team. How are we going to say number 0 there, Jamin?
I think I heard Mr. Otto down there say Buzatis. Buzatis, maybe?
That's what we'll say then.
We'll go with Buzatis.
We apologize if we are hacking up the names here for Kohler if you're listening in. Lights going out here as they normally do at Lancer Circle, as we are going to soon be announcing the 12-2 Lancers. Their only losses coming to a very good Oostburg team and a very good St. Mary Catholic team. And again, as we mentioned at the beginning, those 2 teams are playing together tonight, or against each other tonight. Morgan Yost starting as she normally does, junior. Number 21, senior Lily Melhorn. And I think both of those girls are going to be kind of keys, because no doubt they're going to focus on Micaiah and Marissa. Number 31, Abby Banky, coming back now. I think this is her maybe 3rd game back from being injured. Number 11, Micaiah Krause, a senior. And then number 12, Marissa Melhorn, a very kind of familiar lineup over the last couple of years, with the addition this year of Morgan Yost being that sole junior that's starting.
And I think, as you mentioned, Lily and Morgan are definitely going to have an impact in the backcourt. I believe they're up in the front court on their 1-3-1 and in their 2-3. And they both definitely make a key defensive impact.
Yeah, I am so excited to see this Gwen Elliott play. Just seeing her out there on the court, we were just trying to kind of guess her height a little bit, and now seeing her against Marissa, she's definitely got the height advantage.
Definitely
tonight.
I want to say a good 3 to 3 inches there.
For sure.
And so here in just a few moments, we're going to get the tip. Tip is up. Marissa tips at first, but Kohler able to recover. The Bombers will get the first possession here on offense. Elliott's in the corner looking down low. Banky gets a tip and gets the steal. Great first defensive possession for the Lancers.
Great zone defense. Abby had great position there and was able to tip the ball away.
And so now Lancers here in their first possession. They're going to look to make something happen early on the scoreboard.
Little man-to-man defense for Kohler, something that we have not actually faced in a couple of games here. So see how long it takes the Lancers to kind of adjust to their man-to-man.
Definitely lots of teams that the Lancers have played have also played zone as they do. Marissa tried to find it to Abby down low, but wasn't able to recover it there.
Yeah, Abby had good position there. That's something obviously you're going to tell right from the start they're trying to go to. She had position most of that possession, just couldn't finish it.
And another steal by the Lancers again. Definitely might come down in this game to defense and who can get the more stops on the defensive end, as both teams have almost an unstoppable offense. So now Lily's going to bring it up top, set up the offense, and see what they can get here. Marissa going to drive baseline on Elliott. Going to back her down right into the lane. Puts a shot up, and shot's blocked by Elliott. It's going to stay Lancer possession.
Nothing wrong with that. Go right at that star player. Try to maybe get her in some early foul trouble early. Nice job by Elliott for swatting that ball away.
Definitely, for sure. Get her in foul trouble and make somebody else make a play. Melhorn gets it back to her sister and gets it to Morgan up top. Morgan's looking inside.
Tell you what, Abby Banky is working hard down low. That's got to be something that they worked on.
Definitely, for sure. And Banky got it right to Melhorn. Shot blocked again by Elliott. Elliott with some great blocks on the defensive end.
Her first shot of the night up and in for the Blue Bombers as they take the early lead.
And a pure one-dribble jump shot there, right on the left elbow. Pretty looking shot there. Now Lancers looking here to respond. Gets it to Melhorn in the corner. Melhorn looking around, gets it down to her sister. Krause looking down low. Abby on the post.
Lancers seem almost a little confused here, like they don't know quite what to do. Like I said, they haven't quite really ran against a man-to-man defense before, but they're running a little bit lost right now.
And basket's good by number 0, Buzatis.
A good transition, and I think a good timeout here by Coach Banky. Lancers they're not in the right frame of mind right now in both sides of the ball here, and you don't want to get this out of control too early.
Definitely, and I definitely think that man-to-man defense is definitely throwing them off. A lot, like as we said, lots of teams play that zone defense, and it looks like the offense that they're running is kind of meant for a zone defense.
Yeah.
Mike's going to have to look to see what he can cook up here to kind of break that man-to-man defense, but great defensive possessions by the Bombers. 2 blocks, about 2 or 3 steals there. So
yeah,
they're actually going to look to see what they can do.
Just kind of watching Coach Mike there in the huddle. He didn't have a clipboard. He didn't draw anything up. He was just encouraging the girls, probably to say, "Hey, we worked on this. We knew it was coming. Now just execute." It's Marissa now working down low on that post up, similar to what Abby did. There's a nice little drive by Abby. Doesn't go, but a good look. Something that she's going to be able to have to do tonight.
And that was a great pump fake and drive right to the lane. Wasn't able to finish, but Krause going to take it inside. Foul on the shot. She'll go to the free throw line, and she's going to shoot 2.
Maybe a little bit with the body, but I thought that was a clean block on the ball. They said it was on her arm, but I think if anything was on the body. But
definitely,
we'll take the free throws, and now, like we talked about, here comes free throws. We got to be able to make these free ones when we got them.
And she's going to knock down her first. I think you might have a magic touch here.
All right, well, usually it goes the other way around, so.
Krause looking to go perfect from the free throw line. Second shot up, rolls around. Banky offensive rebound. Not able to put it in, but Melhorn with another rebound. Krause, she put up a 3 off right rim.
A couple of nice shots there with the Lancers, just didn't fall either one of them. Let's see now if the Lancers can put this press on and see how well Kohler can do to break it.
And 2 really great shots there off the offensive rebounds. Abby right down low inside, and then Lily with the offensive rebound, and now with the steal. Lily going to go up to Morgan. Morgan dribble right side through the contact. No good. Rebound by Elliott. Dribble it up top, trying to get something cooking. Gets it down low.
Sticking with that zone defense, kind of extended it out there just so we're not getting easy looks. We saw that again the last couple of weeks. Reedsville really had some shooters that kept them in the game, at least initially. So really extending that zone. The problem with extending the zone is you leave those drives down the middle, which, depending on where like Gwen Elliott is, may or may not be a good thing.
The best thing to break a zone is penetration inside. So Bombers have done a pretty decent job here in the early goings. Banky right side, layup right off the rim. Great pass from Krause. Buzatis up on the fast break, lays it up and lays it in. Bombers up to a 5-point lead here early in the first.
Yeah, Lance's just got to get that first basket to fall. They are pulling an offer here tonight on field goal percentage. They've had decent looks. They just haven't been able to drop them. So get that first one in, and then maybe it'll open up a little bit for them.
They're great. They're getting great looks. They're going right to the rim. They had that open 3 ball by Krause. So shots are going to fall. Keep getting those open looks. Checking in to the game for the Lancers, Ava Vandermoos will replace Marissa Melhorn. So now Melhorn here to inbound. Krause right corner, going to drive baseline. Going to back her down inside, kicks it out. Thought about the 3. Great closeout by Buzatis. Yost up top, pump fake. Floater in the middle lane. Dance around the rim, no good. Rebound, Elliott. Krause pokes it away. Left-handed layup.
That one doesn't fall.
Gets it back. And there we go. Puts it in for the first bucket.
Doesn't get
for the
credit
Lancers.
for the basket, but that was all really Lily Melhorn poking that ball loose. It just happened to go right to Micaiah, and she was able to drop it in.
Yeah.
So nice job there by Lily as well.
Great poke out. Ellie going to look inside to Buzatis. Power dribble goes up, and she's going to be fouled, as she is now going to go to the line here to shoot 2.
I like what I see from Kohler so far. They're confident. They're not intimidated by any means, and they're just seemingly doing what they want to on offense right now.
Yeah, they're getting it inside. They're powerful inside. They're also getting out on the fast break, as a lot of teams the Lancers have played don't normally get out on the fast break.
Yeah, good point.
This
good
well.
Point.
Buzatis' second free throw is good, as she goes 1 for 2 from the charity strike. 7-3 with 13 and 20 here and change. Yost looking inside to Melhorn. Pass up in the air, tips.
Lancers yet to really look confident. Like sometimes in a man-to-man offense, you kind of run through a couple of cut-throughs. You know, you kind of get a feel for what the offense is like. Seems like they get one pass in and then they kind of like panic and they don't know what to do next. They're going to need to get a little bit more calm, a little bit. Their shots are going to fall. Obviously, you're not going to sit there and go shoot whatever it is, 1 for 11 or whatever they're at right now. But just run through that offense. You're going to get open looks like that one, as an example. Nice little play. If you're open, take the shot. Let's see if we can get a nice little stifling defense, which they do. See if Abby takes it 1-on-2. Maybe not the best choice to do. Good hustle there by Yost to be in the right spot at the right time. Nice. Ava Vandermoos, what a nice spark plug to come in, and 5 quick points for her to get the Lancers now in the lead.
2 quick shots also. Great open shots too.
And there's that press that causes trouble for just about every single team that I've watched our girls play this year.
Quick little 30-second change there, and the Lancers have looking like they've stole that momentum there for that 30 seconds. Great energy from Vandermoos right off the bench, making an impact.
Absolutely.
Right away.
Lancers now working with the lead for the first time tonight, working it down to Banky, kicks it out. Hot hand, Vandermoos. That one maybe got tipped a little bit, I'm not sure. Didn't seem to come clear off of her hands.
That was a good, also another good open shot there.
Silver lining here is the Lancers get a chance to set up their press.
Lancers press looking like it's a 2-2-1 press.
A little different. little different look than what I've seen. Kohler gets it across, though, this time. Open look from the outside. And it's too bad. Sydney kind of had that rebound. Had good position. I think they ended up almost boxing each other out that time.
Yeah, Banky and Pipcorn fought for that rebound.
Keep an eye on Elliott here on an inbounds.
Buzada's top of the key three. Not able to knock it down. Krause with the rebound. She's going to bring it up the floor. Vanderbilt, she's looking inside.
See if you can set some picks here, do a little give and go. A lot of standing around here by the Lancer ladies here. They are working the post, but it just seems like that isn't working.
Great
nice
Euro step.
Euro step there by Krause. Gets her own board and goes in. She's now got 5 points on the night already.
Krause with 5 and Vandermus with 5 with 10 points for the Lancers. Broad's floater no good. Banky with the rebound. Might have been tipped there. Krause getting a little shake and bake to the rim.
Lancers probably do best in transition. Again, Abby, just great position. Micaiah found her. Abby just can't get anything to fall right now, not having any points so far. Again, Lancers only shooting about 20% right now overall as a team, and yet they're up by 3.
She's had multiple great open looks. As you mentioned, she's got great position inside. Get that high up off the glass, right off the corner, and those are going to fall.
All right, so, Jamin, I always love to do a couple of quiz questions for people who I usually do a broadcast with, and normally they're about the town or the location that we're playing, but I had to sit in meetings all day with our grade school principals today. So I said, well, let's say, do you know your Lakeshore Lutheran schools? All right, Jamin, you are a product of Lakeshore Lutheran schools. So our first question today is how many schools make up Lakeshore Lutheran schools? You don't have to answer right away. Give you a chance to think about it. All right, so you got to think it through. How many schools? There's really kind of 3 correct answers here. So I'll take any one of the 3 numbers, and then we'll explain what I'm talking about. But how many schools consist of Lakeshore Lutheran schools? If you feel like you need help, Jamin, you can text me up here in the booth, or you can text Jamin up in the booth. If you feel like you need help out, Jamin, it's up to you if you want to look at your phone. If you feel like you want to do it by yourself, that's up to you.
All right. I think I've got an idea, maybe, in a range. We're going to have to see.
Yeah, don't take ranges. I need exact numbers. Nice open look there by the Lancers. Marissa Melhorn also with a good follow-up. That doesn't fall as the Blue Bombers look to push it up. We got to stop the ball. Great block by Marissa Melhorn. Had me worried there. It didn't look like anyone was going to stop her, and then all of a sudden Marissa had it all timed up. There goes through. She's seen it all. She knows what she's doing down there.
Yeah, she has definitely seen it all. Freshman through senior. Great position. Way to stay up straight. Hand didn't come down. Hand stayed straight up. Great block on the defensive play. Drive baseline, find Elliott in the middle. Elliott floater up and good for her first points.
Nope, that's her second
points.
Yep, she had one earlier today. I was just going to comment that they've done a pretty nice job of keeping her in check so far with only 4 points. Lancers now look to set up again their man-to-man offense. Looking to kind of try to get it down low a little bit. As Marissa gets it down low, it's really good defense there by Elliott as she pokes it out. I'm just so impressed as a sophomore how much composure she's showing. As their number 21, Lindsay Stofrigan, kind of wills the ball in. Obviously she was shooting, but needed a little extra help there, riding the rim all the way through.
She went right into the teeth of the defense right there.
That's a jump ball. It should be, huh?
Marissa looked a little bit upset there on that shot. I think she's been blocked 3 times now.
Yeah, we'll see. Like we talked about, she is seen it all. Things shouldn't frustrate her at all. So hopefully she can start getting some of the shots knocked down. Pretty clean game here so far. Only 3 fouls, 2 by the Lancers. As the Lancers now have a 2-on-2. Marissa goes straight in and draws a foul. Good little look to the side and take it herself as she draws the foul. And like we said, it would certainly help if the Lancers can get Elliott on the bench in some foul trouble.
That's going to be her
on.
first personal foul. And great head fake got Elliott's head spinning, and then all of a sudden she turns around and Melhorn's right there. Goes right up through the contact, draws the foul. Her first free throw's up and good with a swish.
Got a couple of answers coming through here of a number of schools. For those that texted me, you're all wrong so far. I'll just tell you that. Second one no good for the Lancers as we now have an 11-11 tie. Kohler looking to push it up. Lancers look to steal there. Kohler got it back, sticking with that zone defense, putting a little pressure on the ball. It's all right. We'll take Elliott out there. That's fine.
As we kind of talked about pregame, Lancers are in that 2-3 zone. Looking to make Kohler prove it from the inside.
Got to get a rebound there. Kicking it out there to Gwen Elliott. Look at those 3 girls on her. That's ultimate respect if you can go in the zone and have 3 girls on you. And a nice board there by Abby, kicking it down to Lily here, 1-on-2. Maybe got to bring this one back out. No way. I stand corrected. The left hand puts it in as the Lancers take a 2-point lead.
Great up and under, too. Use that offhand, fit it right in through that crevice.
Nice job there by Morgan. She's got to be careful on that. All right, as we got a second here, Jamin, you said you feel pretty good about it. How many schools do we have that make up Lakeshore Lutheran schools? Jamin, I'm looking for really one of 3 answers here.
I'm going to go with 21.
Schools, not churches. Schools.
School, okay.
Is that your final answer? Sorry, I shouldn't have said it that way.
Is there more churches than schools?
Yes. I'll give you one more chance because this is the easiest one of the night. So,
oh boy.
Well, not really. Nice drive there by Morgan Yost, knocked away. There's a scrum. And that result in a jump ball staying right here for Lancer ball. All right, Jamin, what do you got?
32.
So I said 21 was too many, and you went to 32. Okay.
It's too many.
So the correct answer is either 12, 13, or 14. There's 12 grade schools. There's the high school. And then there's a 1 standalone preschool, which is Grace here in town. I only asked that question because there was one person that said there was 15. We used to have a school in Egg Harbor, but it closed 2 years ago. So the official number is 14, not 21, and not 32. All right, Jim, you're 0 for 1 today. That's okay. There's 3 more to go.
We got 3 more chances.
Lancers up by 2 here, about 8 minutes to go. Shot from the outside for Marissa, probably not her shot. But last time I said this last game, she made it too. Isn't a great shooter from the outside for 3-point line, but has made every time I've said that. So, and a kind of an unusual carry call there by Mackay. I didn't really see it necessarily.
I didn't see it much
complaining
there
about it though, so maybe did happen. As Lancers now get a 5-point lead, their obviously largest lead of the night. Still not shooting the best, only at about 25%, but now the ball's starting to go in the basket too.
Yeah, it was a great in-rhythm shot there from Marissa. She got the ball, no hesitation, right into her jump shot was one fluid motion. Every time you get that one fluid motion in your jump shot, almost going in every time.
Shot no good coming now to Micaiah, who's also now posting up down low, up top to Lily. See if the Lancers can get their offense going. Briley Zerbel now has checked in for the Lancers. See if she can bring a little spark to the offense as well. She can hit a shot or two, and there's her first look. Good looking shot there by Briley, just didn't fall for her. But that's your shot to take. You're open like that, you take that shot.
Definitely, Kohler isn't giving them many opportunities to get those open looks. And then Kohler, they knock down their open look. Lauren Bratz gets her three.
Third leading scorer for the Blue Bombers.
6.5 points per game on the year for her.
Marissa kind of fortunate there a little bit. Again, easy for me to say way up here, but just seems like if they just kind of relaxed a little bit, kind of worked an offensive set a little bit, you get a back cut, you get a pick and roll, you get something that's going to open up. Right now it seems like we're trying to go 1-on-3 and 1-on-2, and we're not always following that.
I think the Lancers' key position that they want to be in offense is they want to get in the lane, but the Bombers are taking that away, not giving them any open post-ups down low. So I definitely think they're working that two-man game down in the post, and that's leaving the three people up top.
Ava Vandermus goes coast to coast. Yeah, there's got to be a foul there somewhere. I'm a little surprised the official down low didn't call that, but it is the right call coming in. Ava grabbing the rebound. No one really guarded her or picked up the ball. She took it coast to coast. As Ava now, like we kind of talked about, maybe she's that spark plug that the Lancers need to kind of blow this game open. Now sitting at 5 points, and her 5 points again.
That was a great heads-up play there, too. Nobody was covering her. She went right to the rim, right through the contact, drew the foul, and look at what you got. Now you're here at the line to shoot, too. She's got one more here now. Second free throw up and good with a swish. So she's now at 6 points. Tonight, leading scorer for the Lancers so far.
Good pressure there by the Lancers. Pass to nobody, and it's that stifling defense that the Lancers give that creates that turnover. That's what's keeping them in the game right now, Jamin. The Blue Bombers shooting pretty well, at least for field goals, but it's the turnovers that are just killing them right now and allowing the Lancers to get this lead and keep it.
And it was great defense there not to give her that spin move. Elliott wanted to get to that spin move, sat on the inside, didn't give it to her, and then forced the bad pass there.
Skip pass to Banky. Banky doesn't look real comfortable out there. There we go. Get it to a guard. Get the offense set up. Now we got a little bit of movement here, a little bit of passing, some cutting. Really works it in. Now she's got that lefty. That's no good. Nice job by Briley Zerbel to get in there, creating that jump ball. But again, it wasn't the worst drive. It's just I think you're going to get better looks than that if you just continue to move the ball around.
Yeah, that was a great drive too. Chiette had her girl beat, went right to the rim, but it was great help side from the Bombers. That one, you see the help defense pull it out, find the open girl that she came from, and then hit her for an open shot.
Good defense there by the Lancers as now the Blue Bombers can look to set up. Nice back cut, beautifully done. You mentioned it before. Get that ball on the inside in the middle on the zone, and that just opens everything else down low. A nice back cut there by the Blue Bombers as they've now pulled within one.
That was a great backdoor cut, as you said. A great fake a pass to make a pass. She was wide open there in the cut. Banky's working inside. Quick double team by Elliott. Gets her hands in there again. It's another jump ball. Bombers getting in there on defense.
We may need to make a couple adjustments because we're trying to work it down low, but it seems as soon as we get it down low, they got three girls that attack us down low. So it's got to, if you're throwing that ball down low, you got to kick it out right away, and there's going to be an open look somewhere that the Lancers can hopefully put down. Same spot as before. Not the same success from Marissa as the Blue Bombers now look to take the lead.
They can go up by 2 or up by 1. Looking to go up by 2.
Good look on that there. Look at how they got three girls right there attacking the ball again as they get the jump ball. That should, it stays here. Again, Blue Bombers doing a nice job against that zone. They're working the ball around, getting a nice open look there by number 30, Lauren Bratz. That one just didn't fall for her. Eva Manzano now checks in for Abby Benke. Lancers doing a nice job of rotating in, just kind of seeing the Blue Bombers really have only gone 7 deep so far. Lancers have gone a little deeper. We'll see how that plays out as the game goes on as well.
And the Bombers have done a great job of moving the ball to pass on the zone. One of the big things that kills the zone is with the pass, and the Bombers have moved it quickly. One to the other, not holding and waiting, moving it, making the zone rotate, and then getting the zone out of position and finding the backdoor cuts inside of, as the Bombers have done very effectively so far.
Lancers moving the ball around a little bit again. This is kind of what I'm talking about. It's all right. It's okay. Move the ball around. Just don't force anything. Stop the ball here. Stop the ball here. There you go. That's all right. That's not the worst foul in the world. I mean, I'll take a foul like that where you're going to make her earn it at the line because she had momentum and everything going her way. So we'll make her prove it at the line here. Again, Gwen Elliott averages almost 26 points a game. This will be her sixth point is what she only has. So obviously Lancer's doing a pretty decent job so far of keeping her off and getting those points. Second free throw. Also falls. We talked about free throws early on in the game, but I kind of thought it was going to be the other way around just by percentage-wise. Kohler, by percentage, just does lead shoot the ball a little bit better as Manzano goes up and down, no good.
Yeah, the Lancers have shot better from the free throw line here so far. 50% to 25%. So Lancers are making them pay at the free throw line.
Nice defense there by Manzano. Again, both teams average over 60 points a game, and we're sitting in the teens here yet with about 3.5 to go. Is that offense is not doing well, or is that just good defense on both sides?
I think it's great defense on both sides.
I think I agree with
both
you.
Teams have been playing great defense. Kohler's looking like they're good at man-to-man. They've been playing great man-to-man defense. They're not letting the Lancers get it inside as they normally like to get it inside. They like to make teams like to punish other teams on the inside.
Lancers create a turnover again there on that press as Abby Banky comes back in. Kind of a quick break as we're getting rotating Manzano in. We saw Zerbala was in, Pipcorn was in, Ava Vandermoos was in. So Lancers going a little bit deeper. Nice little drive there by Micaiah Krause, as she now is up to 7 points and leading scorer for the Lancers.
It was a great acrobatic finish too. Able to go right up into the defense and go right up over the top. Able to keep the ball up high. Great finish. Pull up jump shot from the free throw line's good. Right in rhythm, knocks it down, and she's up to 9 here on the night. 9 out of the 21 for the Lancers.
Lancers again, 5 point. That's the biggest lead that they've had so far. Marissa with a nice steal. Mackay, that'll go right in. And one way to go in strong, though. Right thing to do is now heading to the free throw line to get those free shots if possible. Just getting closer here to about 3 minutes to go. Just looking at some stats here real quickly. Again, Lancers really struggled to start shooting. They're up to about 26%. Kohler was on fire to start. Now they're down to 39%.
Krause misses her first free throw. But yeah, both teams getting a lot of shots, getting a lot of open shots. Lancers haven't been able to capitalize on their open shots. They've gotten a lot of open looks inside earlier in the game, but then the Bombers, a bit of an adjustment there. They're not letting anything inside anymore.
Yeah, for the Bombers, I mean, you've got two ladies that shoot both 40% and 36% for three-point line. And I don't think either one has made a three-pointer yet today. So Lancers doing a nice job. All right, are you ready for question number 2?
Give it to me.
Okay. So now we've settled how many schools are there?
12.
14. 14 schools in our Lakeshore Lutheran schools. All right, so 2 of them are shared with FVL schools. 2 of them actually are in both school groups. Which are those 2? Give you a second to think about it. I'll just give you a hint. You should know one of them.
I think I know Morrison.
No, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds. Think it through. Don't just blurt things out aimlessly. Think this through. Which 2 schools are in both Lakeshore Lutheran schools and FVL schools? They have dual enrollments, or however you want to word that. You should know one of them. That's my hint to you. As an opt, you should know that. .22-16, otherwise is the score here. Lancers with the lead of 6, biggest of the night. As again, working that zone. They've had pretty good success against that as they create turnovers. Blue Bombers have had a pretty good job of scoring once they get their half court up, but a nice turnover there to Krause. Boy, I don't know how to word this exactly right, Jamin, without offending some of the teams that we've been playing, but this is not the same level of team. Like, this is a much better team. It's like we're making passes that have worked the last couple of weeks that aren't working today, and they got to be a little bit more careful with the ball and what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. The Bombers have definitely been the biggest defensive team that they've seen probably so far this year besides St. Mary's. They get after it on the defensive end. Their hands are up in the air. They're making passes difficult, whereas those little over-the-head passes have worked the last couple games, last couple weeks. But now this game, they're going to have to move the ball around, move it around the hands, make good, crisp, clean passes. As the Bombers, they're playing great defense so far.
Morgan Yost picking up her second foul of the game, but also now gets the steal to Marissa, who goes in with the left hand as Marissa now picks up her 6th point of the night. 2-on-1 here for the Bombers. Claire Bratz with a take. That didn't fall. Micaiah looks to push it. That one falls. And now we've got a 10-point lead here by the Lancers. That's where you want to be if you are Manitowoc Lutheran, because then you can start taking some chances here with a nice 10-point lead. Very aggressive, creates another turnover. I'm wondering if fatigue is just starting to prop in a little bit for Kohler. We kind of talked about before, they've only subbed 2 girls in. The Lancers have done a really nice job of subbing in a variety of girls. That one doesn't fall there for Abby Benke.
I definitely think so far the last couple of minutes, the Lancers, they've been getting out on the fast break. One of their best strengths and ways that they score points is on the fast break. And so far, about their last 4 or 6 points have come on the fast break. They've gone right down the floor, able to beat the Bombers down floor.
Again, if you didn't catch us early in the broadcast, Kohler, a very young team. They actually only start 1 senior. And to be honest, I haven't seen the other senior come in. So they really have been playing with 1 senior and 4 sophomores for a good chunk of the game. So a very young team that, quite honestly, looks a lot more experienced than what they are. There's a first 3-point shot there, as we talked about, for Gwen Elliott, and that one falls, breaking the lead now to 5. Nice looking shot.
Lancers lost track of her there. They're going to want to keep their eye on her tonight. She's 1 for 2, I believe, from 3-point land. She's got 9 on the night. Pipcorn was going to check in for Yost.
Yep, good idea of rotating through here. Again, Morgan had 2 fouls. Don't pick up an easy third here before the end of the half. So a good substitution there by Coach Benke.
And with 40 seconds, you never know what could happen. You can get a foul quickly. Exactly.
Bombers get a steal, look to push it and cut into that lead as they've got a 2-on-2. Nice little Euro step past Pipcorn, and that goes in. Down to 3 now. Boy, just like that, from 10 now down to 3-point lead. As Lily Melhorn looking to get a nice drive and a great block there by the Blue Bombers. Sydney Pipcorn with a nice looking shot. That doesn't fall. And let's see here with 8 seconds to go if the Blue Bombers can tie it up. Boy, everyone kind of stopped playing there for 2 seconds. I didn't know what was happening. It looked like everyone just stopped. Kohler could have easily picked that up and put that in. All right, we got to answer a question here. There are 2 schools that share both FEL and Lakeshore Lutheran schools. As an OT, you should know one of them. That's all I got. So here you go. What are the 2 schools? I got no answers, so you're maybe on your own with that one.
I want to go Brilliant. My dad went to Brilliant.
Okay. What's your other? I'm not giving you an answer until you give me the 2 schools.
Second, I'm going to go Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Manitowoc, the school you attended. Have you ever seen FEL at Emmanuel?
It's the 2 schools that I know that have affiliation with me and my family.
All right, you had it right the very first time. It's Brillion and Morrison. are the two schools that are in both FEL and Lakeshore Lutheran schools. Brilliant is obviously the one I thought maybe you would know. I think your parents still, or your grandparents still live out in the Brilliant area, or have they moved to town?
They moved into the countryside.
But I do know your dad went there, and so that's why I thought you maybe would know that one. And then I thought you said Morrison right away as well.
I did say Morrison. I switched it when you said I should know him.
Oh, so I threw you off by that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jamin, I've got you down for being 0 for 2.
I won 1 for 2. I got half of it.
So you are 0.5 of 2.
Love it. More than 0.
All right, we are at a 3-point lead here for the Lancers, 26-23. Takeaways from the first half that you got so far?
I definitely think the Lancers look rattled here in the first half. They got a 3-point lead, but they're also not kind of used to these close games at halftime. The last couple games, they've kind of been just blowing people out. I mean, no offense to other teams, but in all reality, that's kind of what has been the last however many games.
They've been able to kind of do whatever they want to and score,
And tonight is not going to be one of those games where they can just go out and do whatever they want. They got to be smart with their passes. They got to be smart with their shots. Kind of a bit of questionable shots. Good drives, but a bit of a questionable shots because Bombers have great help side defense on their man-to-man. They look to be very well coached on their defense. They know how to rotate, help the helper, all those great things. And I think in that first half, the Bombers' defense definitely rattled Lancers is my biggest takeaway.
I was impressed with the way Kohler's game plan was. I think if I'm their coaching staff at halftime right now, I'm probably drawing up a few things of how to maybe break their press or talking to a little bit about get that ball moving when we got it across half court. They turned it over a ton. To the Lancers' credit on their pressure. But everything else they were able to do, I thought was exactly what they wanted to do coming into this game. They're doubling down low on defense, not allowing Marissa to score points very easily. They're challenging any type of layup that's going through the lane on the offensive end. Generally, they're doing what they want to, moving the ball around. Maybe a little bit of a surprise is their second leading scorer, Claire Bratz, 0 points right now. 0. And then Gwen Elliott, who we said averages 26 a game, sitting about 9, so she's maybe a little under where she would be, but again, a lot can happen. So I think if I'm Kohler, I'm making a couple adjustments on breaking the press. I'm making a couple adjustments on moving that ball, but that's the game plan I think I want to focus on. We'll see if Coach Benke, as he comes out of halftime, has something to say about maybe adjustments that they got to make.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Bombers, for how they came into this game, they were breaking the press for stretches there, but then they got those stretches where they had a lot of turnovers really quickly, and the Lancers, they were capitalizing off those turnovers. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 straight possessions there. Lancers got to steal with the pressure on the press, and then they got quick points off for turnovers. And probably the biggest adjustment that Mike can make here in the locker room at halftime, I definitely want to say it, maybe get more of pass and cut action as a man-to-man, running a pass and cut 5-out, screen away, ball screens. Make them make decisions. On a pass and cut, get a drive right behind it. Make the cutter's defender make a decision. She's going to stay with the cutter, or is she going to go and help? And then whoever's driving can dish it down, but if she stays with the cutter, then it can go right to the rim. And if there's help side defense there, then you can kick it out for open shots.
Exactly what I was going to add there, right. If you can get it down low and then kick it out. I mean, if you're being triple teamed, someone's open. You just got to be able to find that girl, and then obviously she's got to be able to put it in. A lot can happen here in the second half. Lancers up by 3. Maybe we'll step away and then come back and set that for hopefully a good second half.
For sure.
All right, stay with us.
Lance is out of the locker room, so now we're going to take it downstairs to interview with Ethan Brooks and head coach Mike Banky.
Ethan Brooks back with Coach Banky. Coach, I know your goal coming into the game was holding Elizabeth to the least amount of points as possible. Currently she has 9. Do you plan on changing anything defensively on her?
No, we still got to do a better job on her. We got to run at her. We gave her a couple open looks when we were trying to scramble up front for the ball. We had a couple loose balls that didn't go our way, but no, the game plan there is going to be the same. Got to keep pressure up front and make sure we're running enough girls at her.
All right, is there anything offensively you want to change? Because this is one of your season lows for the first half, and offensively, it just doesn't seem to be clicking. Is there anything you plan on changing?
Well, we missed 11 layups there in the first half, so it's not that we didn't get good shots, we just didn't finish. For some reason, we're worried about girls getting their shots blocked, so we're going to try to flatten it out in the second half and see if we can flatten their defense by doing more of a 4-low and see if we can get some more action on top from just off the dribble.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Great things there from Mike. Ethan, great interview. Big takeaway there from Mike is girls being afraid that they're going to get their shots blocked. I mean,
yeah, I think there's a fine line between just going in there and chucking it up, which I felt sometimes we were doing, and then looking to draw the foul rather than worried about getting blocked. What I've seen Kohler do is done a pretty good job against those cutters coming through here. So if it's just a matter of maybe I'm not seeing it right, where they're not maybe leaning into the girl a little bit and getting those, and they're kind of fading back, I guess I could look a little bit more for that. But I'm all about drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. But I think what he said at the second point is that let's just try a little bit of a different set here on offense, just to show something different. So we'll see what that 4-low looks like and see if people like Krause or Yost or whatever can go off the ball and maybe create a shot one-on-one there.
yeah, maybe they might be able to get some more mid-range jump shots, some more three-point jump shots. Krause's one of those great three-point shooters. Vanderbilt, she's got one here in the first half. Melhorn's 1 for 2 from the three-point line. Three-pointers aren't her shot, but she's 1 for 2, maybe feeling it a little bit with that one in the first. Morgan can also shoot the 3-ball. Lily can shoot the 3-ball. So you got players around Banky and Melhorn, if they get it inside, that you can look and kick it open for open shots, that they can knock them down. And as Mike also said, they missed 11 layups. So it's just a matter of finishing. Lancers, we mentioned they all got open looks, just weren't able to capitalize. So I definitely think in this second half, just be calm, just play basketball.
Micaiah leading the charge with 12 points for the Lancers. For Kohler then, as I mentioned, kind of going into halftime, I think a lot of the same. They are being led right now by their leading scorer, Gwen Elliott. She's sitting at 9 points. I would imagine they're going to get some good looks for her as she's knocked down a couple of nice shots from the outside. And then Claire Bratz hasn't scored a single point yet, so I think if you're Kohler going, if our 11-point-a-game scorer hasn't even scored, we're down by 3, we're sitting in a good spot right now.
Definitely, for sure. And it also gives props to the Lancer defense, not letting her get good shots. I mean, I think the 1-3 ball was partially contested, but also otherwise on the inside, they weren't just letting her get open looks. So props to the Lancers defense there in the first half.
Kohler shooting about 40% from the field, which is what they kind of average on the season. Lancers maybe a little short at 26%, but they really had a rough start. I think they started out 1 for 11. Kind of a neat night here at Manitowoc Lutheran. We did this last Friday as well. We've got the girls obviously playing in the main gym, and then you go right over to the Augs gym, and you've got some grade school basketball. It's not something that we were never able to do in the past without having 2 gyms. But Emmanuel, the school that you went to, not part of FEL schools, by the way, is because of their construction hosting their 4 games here. So kind of neat to go back and forth between the 2 gyms. Bombers start out with a 3-point shot by Emily Hockbeer, as she now has 7 points. Thank you for the night. And we are at tie ball game. Micaiah Krause with a good look down low. Again, there's that 4-low that kind of Mike was talking about.
Might be looking like they might be running a bit of the old style flex offense. You know, it was a great flex cut.
Good aggressive foul there by Benke going for the steal. Everyone seems to be okay there. For Benke, I believe that is her first foul on the night. Or second foul of the night. Kind of looks like the Lancers are playing more of a man-to-man defense here too, which is, well, I stand corrected. I guess that it looked like a man-to-man. It's coming back into
Looked like
a
that
zone
on the
there,
inbounds.
as they get a turnover there with some good pressure by Lily. Yeah, just the way they were coming in on that inbounds, it looked like everyone was matched up man-to-man, but as soon as they got the ball in, you could see it shift back to that zone.
Great disguise there too.
Maybe it's exactly what it was. So you can kind of see the 4 low, kind of what Coach was talking about, where they pop up and try to get some cutters there down the lane, going in there. Good looking shot there by Marissa, doesn't fall. But again, created a nice look there for Marissa. Abby holds her ground. That goes up and down and not good. Kicking out, nice drive there by Elliott. That one banks it in. Again, her 11th point now of the night. And we're back to a tie game.
Bombers definitely came out of halftime with some fire underneath them. Already been able to tie the game here.
Lancers looking to move the ball around here. Nice there drive. That one doesn't fall. Kind of the way the Lancers started to a certain degree, getting some nice looks there, but these are not easy layups that they're putting up either. They're well contested by Kohler. Same time, we're not also putting them in. Inbounds, they're up to Krause on top. They look to set up their offense here again.
Look like the Lancers kind of have gone back to their first original set here. Shovel pass inside, hook shot. Morgan offensive rebound.
That's no good.
Neither one could
nice
put that
shots
one in.
there, not falling. Lancers not having a great shooting night here, and not a great start here to the second half as we're again all tied up.
And as we said, both of those were great looks. I think definitely that fear of getting blocked is starting to settle in a little bit here.
Up to Krause, who is our leading scorer of the night. She drops her 16th point, of the night. So she's picking up kind of where she left off last time, where she scored a career high 31. Kohler with a nice job of breaking our press there. And we're tied again, Jamin.
And a great answer again. Lancers want to look to see if they can snatch a bit of momentum here. Krause is going to get inside. Shot's no good. Went away from the contact there. Just go up into her. She get a foul call there.
Good pressure there, but Kohler retains possession of that one as they now fall back to their, looks like a 2-3 zone or maybe a 1-2-2. No, more like a 2-3 zone. See if Kohler can move that ball around as they kind of extend that out a little bit. I always think against the zone, get that ball to the free throw line. They don't have a single person sitting at the free throw line. Shot goes up and down, no good. As Banky gets a rebound. They got a little bit of an advantage here if they want to take advantage of it. Melhorn in the corner, up to Marissa.
She's looking like over there she's trying to get into Banky.
Could easily have been a foul there, a little reach in poke. That one remains here, right here. Lancers continue to work to try to get it posted up down low. Something they started early on, didn't always have the best success with it, but they're sticking to it. As Marissa kind of loses control of the ball there a little bit. Giving the Kohler a chance. Again, this is the Big East crossover game. Both these teams sitting in second place in their respective conferences, North and South. Both with only 2 losses on the season. I believe only 1 in conference for both of them. For us, the Lancers, we lost to first place St. Mary's. And for Kohler, their only conference loss so far is against first place Oostburg.
And both those teams facing each other tonight. It's probably looking like that's going to be a big game over on that side.
Both those schools, I think, are undefeated. We got number 1 in Division 4 against number 1 in Division 3. Someone's got to lose. Someone's picking up their first game, and that's at St. Mary's because all these crossover games for the girls are hosted by the North schools. I believe, if I'm correct, you guys, although you don't know where you're going, but know that you'll be on the road next Friday as the boys are doing their crossover.
Yep. Boys, I believe all the South teams are hosting.
Yeah, one thing we can just mention real quickly is you guys are having a nice little run here, picking up your, I believe, 6th straight victory, if that's correct, with a really couple of nice wins this week against a really good Reedsville team, and then kind of a scrappy Hilbert team just yesterday, I guess that was. So congratulations to you and your team as you guys are getting some things together.
Definitely think coming into the year, a lot of us guys coming off of football, so now we're finally starting to get into that groove of basketball legs.
Just got a little score update from that Oostburg St. Mary's game. It's Oostburg 49, St. Mary's 20. So Oostburg is as delivered as Kohler on a little bit of a run here gets a 4-point lead going into a timeout. Nice job of both breaking the press and moving the ball. All right, are we on to question number 3 here on the night? All these about Lakeshore Lutheran Schools. There are, again, how many schools, Jamin?
14.
There are 14. And how many are in both FVL and Lakeshore Lutheran Schools?
2.
2. All right. So, all you got to do is name for me 4 principals. Okay, just think that through. You got to have 4 different principals. You can just have last name, which is fine. I'm hoping you know Emmanuel's, the school you attended that's not part of FVL schools. So you got to kind of think of 3 others. So I'll give you a little bit of time to think that through, and I'll give you bonus points if you can name more than 4. Kohler Blue Bombers up by 4 here, making a little bit of a run here. It was 26-23 Lancers at halftime. See if Coach Benke can calm the Lancers down a little bit, get them settled. Looks like they brought in Ava Vandermush, who was a little bit of a spark for them in the first half. She's sitting with 6 points overall. And to see if they can extend that defense a little bit here as Lily brings the ball up.
She's kind of went quiet since her first little spark off the bench, so let's see if she can get back into that groove here. She's back in the second half.
Lancers move the ball around. Still kind of think they can move a little bit better. Just doesn't seem like we're moving well. Kohler seems much more relaxed in passing the ball. We make a couple of good aggressive passes, and then it's like everyone stops. They're looking to get Benke the ball down low. Good kick out. Nothing doing there for Krause. Nice drive. Boy, that's a nice job on defense there by Lauren Bratz. Tell you what, this Kohler team is going to be something to watch here in the next couple of years, where they've got 3 sophomores here that have just really impressed me with their play so far, both offensively and now defensively as well.
Definitely proven that they're up to the task on playing against upperclassmen, as in the lineup now for the Lancers are predominantly all seniors with the Morgan, but they're definitely proven that they can handle guarding upperclassmen and being able to handle the physicality that comes with being an upperclassman.
Claire Bratz with a miss from the outside as Ava Vanderwoos got a rebound and draws the foul.
Also there, got a nice block there too as well.
All right, I'm getting a couple answers in here. Yep. Nice job, Mr. Lipke. Well done. Thanks for listening. Your spelling is something to be questioned, but I got what you're saying. All right, as Kohler rips the ball away.
That was a bit of a dangerous pass there.
Up and down, no good. Nice rebound as Kohler extends the lead now to 6. kind of flirting with a danger zone here for the Lancers. They're not used to being down, much less down double digits, and we're inching our way there right now. Lancers need a bucket here to stay in this game.
Been a long time in possession since the Lancers had a bucket. Krause drove inside. Vandermus was open there in the corner.
Just couldn't get to the ball, kind of lost it on the way as Kohler looks to maybe extend against the Lancers 2-3 zone. Good looking shot from the outside, doesn't fall for Kohler as Micaiah Krause brings it up. Kicks it out to Vandermus, nice looking shot. Ooh, just falls a little short, but nothing wrong with that shot by Eva. It was the right shot to take.
It's the right shot, she was open. Great pass from Krause, made the defense collapse, kicked it out to her. Good in rhythm shot, just not enough on it.
A couple subs in for the Lancers, Pipcorn and Manzano both checking in. Both had a few minutes here in the first half as the Lancers look to kind of keep that pressure on, giving Lily Melhorn and I think Abby Banky a break.
Banky looks exhausted
She
out there
does
on the
I
bench.
was going to mention that. Nice deal there by Sydney as the 2 points come in. That's where you get some fresh bodies in the game and keep that pressure on.
She
does a nice job of breaking it there. As Elliott from the side end, she knocks down the basket. Gwen Elliott now up to 16 points. Good looking shot there. Really all set up by breaking that press.
They got that ball to the middle of the press. They got a dribble drive. They kicked it out to open shooter, and Elliott, 40% shooter from deep, able to knock down that 3 ball.
Marissa now over to Micaiah. Looking to drive. Good looking drive and draws a foul. Nice job by Micaiah for drawing that. But I'll go to the fact that as soon as Micaiah got into that lane, there were 3 Blue Bombers right there. I'm not saying she shouldn't have shot it because it was a good look. But if there's 3 people in the lane, there's someone open on the outside.
Somebody's got to be open.
All right. Name 4 principals here. Do you want to do all 4 at one shot? Do you want to just get 2 of them? How do you want to do this?
I can name 3 at the moment.
All right, you go for it.
Krause from Bethany.
Okay, good.
David Wilson from Emmanuel.
Ooh, first and last name. Nice.
And Holkmuth from Maribel.
All right. Nice job. That you are 3 for 3 so far, but you do need a 4th. And then, like I said, I'll give you some extra points if that's something that, well, you do need them because you're only at 0.5 right now. Lancers down by 7. Again, the question was, we have 14 essentially schools. Name at least 4 of the principals. Krause then with a tough looking shot, but drops it in as she now has picked up 18 points for the night. Lancers again with that pressure.
Lancers are going to look to need help from somebody else in the scoring column here.
Yeah.
Krause's not going to be able to do it all by herself.
And Marissa's just being blanketed. So yeah, is that Vandermus? Is that Lily Melhorn hitting a couple of shots? Banky yet to score yet tonight, although she's worked hard and put up a lot of good shots. Nice looking drive there by Kohler. That doesn't fall as Marissa gets the rebound. Lancers looking to push. Not really with the numbers, so she kicks it out over to Krause. Krause says, I'll take it myself. I'm feeling it, and drops a 3 down. All that does is extend that defense out if you can hit those shots. As Lancers now pull within 2. The pressure is on, although they do a nice job of breaking that, kicking it out. Ooh, nice look there. Ooh, too bad. Pretty good defense, but probably a better job of Kohler driving that baseline and then keeping your eyes and head on a swivel, finding her teammate there as Avery heading to the line, looking to get her 6th and 7th point on the night. That one's in and out. All right, you got one more principal to go, at least. Radio silence, Jamin. Come on, looking for it.
I can name 2 more. Mr. Beege from First German,
Good.
and Mr. Yeager from Two Rivers.
All right. Well done. You are officially in the extra points column. I'm going to give you one more chance to get one more. Of the 14 schools, you've done a great job of naming 5. But man, if there was one more, that would get you that extra point. As Vandermoos comes in and scores, she now has 8. Again, offering a little spark. Kohler's got the numbers, but Sydney in the right spot at the right time, knocking it away. I'd love to see a little bit of the spark here that Sydney has brought in here in these last couple minutes that she's been in.
Yeah, Sydney came in and she's hustling up and down the floor, running it back and forth on defense. Right there, she got the tip. Most likely, if Sydney doesn't hustle back there on defense, Elliott's getting open for a 3-ball right there. So great hustle from her. Crowd wanted a carry there. Looked like a carry from up here. Didn't get it. Great pressure here from the Lancers. Owen Pipcorn. Right idea, right decision.
Yep,
just a little bit too physical with it.
Again, that's a good aggressive foul that you'll take any day going for the ball. A little shout out here to, I had mentioned Mr. Lipke before. A little happy birthday to his mom, Susie Lipke, who's out there watching from at home tonight. So happy birthday. Glad that you are joining us tonight, watching a very good basketball game between Kohler and Manitowoc Lutheran. All right, one more principals. What you got? Here we go. Boom.
2 more. Mr. Zimmerman from Reedsville. And Mr. Panzer from Kiel.
Mr. Panzer, not correct. Not a principal. Good guy. Good guy. Jamin, I'm a little disappointed because I also am a principal at the school, and I've been standing by you for the last 2 hours, and I was not mentioned. So I'm not going to hold it against you. At the same time, I may just think twice before I sign diplomas, which is coming up soon.
When you say Lakeshore Lutheran Schools, my mind goes straight to grade schools. I went straight grade schools.
Okay, whatever. No, we'll give you credit for that one. We will now officially say you are at 2 of 3. How about that?
Love it.
Minus 0.75 for getting my name, so 1.75. You got one question to go yet. All right, back to the game here as Kohler up by 1 here. Lancers with a little bit of a spark here. The crowd's trying to get a little something going there as you got Gwen from the outside. She is a good player, folks. Averages almost 26 a game. She's sitting at 19. She's had a couple of nice 3-point shots here for Blue Bombers. Abby Banky could have really almost gotten a 3-second call there. She seemed to be in there for a while. But Kaya Krause also having a nice game. That one doesn't fall. And Kohler looking to push it up here as Gwen Elliott with a nice rebound there. We're not tracking her rebounds. Maybe we should have. But she also averages, I believe, 12 rebounds a game as well.
She's been unfazed by the pressure here in the second half. Every time that Lancers have inched closer, she's came right back with a big-time bucket. Krause, 3, not good in transition. Melhorn gets offensive rebound.
That one's blocked with the outside by Elliott. As she stepped out of bounds there, I just can't see what the ref must have stepped out of bounds here. Lancer ball. Again, score was 26-23 at half. We had commented on how kind of a low-scoring game for both, but both now have picked it up here in this second half. Jamie, what are some things that are coming up here at Manitowoc Lutheran here in the next couple of weeks?
Next week, your schedule for the Lancers, both away games. First is going to be on Tuesday, an away game at Elkhart Lake. Lancers defeated Elkhart Lake by a hefty margin last time they played them here at home. I did that game. Lancers, they handled business in that game. Pedal to the metal, didn't stop all game. Then on Thursday, Lancers are going to travel to Kewanee to take on the Storm. Their boys basketball program is on a roll as well. I believe they're undefeated, maybe 1 loss. But the girls are not bad at all, sitting at a 10-3 record. So both Lancers and Storm are both great basketball teams. It'll probably be another game like here tonight. Defensive, scoring, both of those teams can kind of do it all. And Lancers and Kewanee met each other in playoffs last year. Lancers beat them to advance to play SMC, where the Lancers eventually were not able to come out with that win.
And then the big one comes up the following Tuesday, where we will host St. Mary Catholic right here, and that very well could be for the conference championship for the girls. St. Mary's losing tonight, or losing right now, although this game doesn't count for conference standings. Did beat us earlier in the season, so nice little inbounds design there for Micaiah Krause as she now picks up her 23rd point of the night, and Lancers again within 2.
And a great screen-to-screener action.
Great job of breaking the press there by Kohler. Something I talked about at halftime, break that press, and that's going to lead to easy baskets, and that's exactly what happened. As the Lancers now once again down by 4 as Lily Melhorn sets up the offense.
Behnke looked like she thought about that 3-ball there. She had the room to shoot it. She's able to shoot that shot.
She's certainly made it in other games. As Abby looking to get her first point. Nice looking move there. Just had it knocked away. Kohler again doing a nice job of playing defense down low. Kohler kind of looking maybe for a travel or something there. I didn't necessarily see that, but
looked like a clean basketball play to me.
Yeah.
Clean step through. But Lauren Bratz, I'll tell you, she's impressed here on defense so far on Behnke. Behnke is not an easy cover. She's a big physical body inside, and she knows how to use her body to get in the paint and get buckets.
We're still good there. Yep. As Morgan grabs it and now looks to set up as we're approaching the 6.5-minute mark. Every possession now becomes important as we get closer near the end of the half. Nice drive there by Marissa. Maybe lowered her shoulder a tad, but a good football move, I think, to get that extra yard and put the basket in.
And way to power herself inside, get that open look. Bratz corner 3, right back with the answer. Every time Lancers get a bucket, Bombers seem to have something in store with the answer.
And she is at 12 points for the Bombers. Again, just another sophomore that just plays like she is a senior.
Doubling her points per game average with that 12, or just about.
A quick sub in here for Gwen Elliott, who is the leading scorer now for Kohler. Again, a sophomore.
Speaks to tell you that Kohler, they've got some great basketball players over there. And this girls team is very well coached. Sophomores are able to play here tonight.
Nice defense there by Ava, kind of making and forcing that awkward pass. So give her credit. She's had a nice game kind of on both sides here, knocking down some shots at 8 points for the night. Lancers going to need to do something here, down by 5. Just under 6 minutes here in the second half. Nice little pick there. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know why that isn't a travel or a double dribble, but the ref did call it.
It looked like she wanted a pull-up jump shot there, but then all of a sudden, defense was right there, and then she wanted to keep dribbling and lost her footing there. But she had the right idea on that play.
Kohler then breaks the press. They've got a 2-on-1 if they want it, but Ava Vandermoos picks up the steal. Passes it up to Krause, maybe a little back to her. Beautiful look, well done by both Ava and Micaiah for running the floor there and pulling the Lancers within 3.
It was a great give and go action there. Brandon was dribbling through the defense on the press, got it to Krause, and then Krause gave it right back. She was wide open on that layup. Great all-around play.
Lancers got to keep track of these shooters because, like we've mentioned, Kohler always seems to answer them with a big shot. And here it might be. Boom. Just like that. Almost on demand.
And both teams here in the second half have definitely picked up the scoring.
Nice little drive there by Morgan Yost. Gets the call. I don't think it was shooting, though, probably on the floor. As really fouls have not been an issue for either team. None of the girls are really in foul trouble necessarily. And I don't even think we got the bonus in the first half, if I'm remembering right. I think we only had 6 fouls. So a good, clean game by both sides here. The refs kind of maybe letting them play a little bit as well. As Krause gets the ball, Kicks it out. Yost is going to have just enough room to grab it. Kicks it back out to Micaiah. She's had the hot hand tonight. Krause gets it on top, looking for Vandermus down low again. Man, we were just camping in that lane. There's Marissa with a good drive, just nothing doing. I don't know if that's Marissa necessarily having a bad night. I think, honestly, that's Gwen Elliott just playing really good defense on her and having a couple-inch advantage on her at the same time. And
Kohler, definitely, they have the size kind of all around down low, as Lauren Bratz is much bigger, Gwen Elliott's much bigger, and it's an intimidating thing for the Lancers. They haven't gone up against players that have been much taller than them almost all around. So I definitely think on the inside that's affecting how they go up strong to the rim.
Kohler up 6, looking to add to that. I think this is the biggest lead that they've had tonight, is 6 points. Our student section trying to get crowd going here a little bit and get a stop. Is a nice shot in the lane drops there for the Bombers, as they now have an 8-point lead. So Lancers put it up strong for Ava Vandermoos, and that drops in, as we are now under 4 minutes to play. Good looking, takeaway. We're going to get that steal. Quick call timeout. Nice steal there. Great looking pass there by Marissa, as the Lancers now putting on a little pressure. A great timeout for Kohler. Things were just starting to get a little bit out of control. So just a fantastic timeout there for Kohler, as now the Lancers getting a little momentum here, down 4.
Lancers were definitely capitalizing off those turnovers. They're getting great ball pressure on their press. They're really good at it. They've been really good at it all year. And right in that little 30-second minute stretch, they got after it. They got after it on the press. They got steals. They got turnovers. And then they got it up court quick. And they got up to Marissa. Marissa, great heads-up play. Tip it right back into Morgan. Morgan with the easy 2. So I definitely think here with the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the game, Lancers are going to have to work on their press. They're going to have to hustle. They're going to have to speed. They're going to have to play physical. They have to make Kohler commit turnovers. The Lancers are great at forcing turnovers. They haven't been able to force a lot of turnovers here in the second half, and that's why Kohler's been able to shoot so well, with 30 points here in the second half. So I definitely think Lancers want to pull out with the win here in the second half. Definitely going to have to focus on their pressure on both full court and half court defense.
Absolutely good point. Lancers staying in that 2-2-1 press here. A little bit of momentum. You start to feel a little bit of the energy in the gym here as the fans start getting into it. Let's see if the girls can react and respond.
And it looked a little bit there in the second half that Kohler was going to pull away with it, but then the Lancers, they fought right back. They're not giving up.
See if we can get an aggressive defense. Kohler always been able to respond as we make a little bit of a push. Let's see if we can get a stop here as Kohler moving that ball around, as we really have extended that defense. We're tipping the ball. We're just not getting it right now. A great trap down low. And a good look and a good defensive possession there for the Lancers, as Micaiah now works it up, looking to cut into that lead.
No, Lancers, they're going to want to capitalize here.
Down low to Micaiah there and draws the foul. That now is her 4th foul. That's Emily Hopefar. Is that how we're saying that tonight?
Hasavar.
But anyway, she's got 12 points and 4 fouls.
She's been one of those players that has been the answer for Kohler. She's knocked down a lot of huge 3-point shots here.
Yeah, she's done a nice job there for Kohler, and their coach is keeping her in with those 4 fouls with 3 minutes to go. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Thought maybe they got to take her out for a minute or so, but coach keeping her in. Lancers doing a nice job being patient here. Looking down low, again down by 4. Kind of maybe a little bit of a forced pass there by Vandermus, as she then grabs her foul. And nope, I was going to say that was going to go bonus, but it isn't quite bonus yet. That's only the 6th foul for the Lancers. So the next one will be bonus, and then Kohler will be shooting the rest of the night.
And as we talked about in pregame, it's going to come down to free throw shooting. Kohler's going to be in bonus here the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So if they get them to the free throw line, Kohler's going to have to knock down some free throws. And the Lancers now here, they're going to have to extend their half-court zone and force some turnovers.
Right, because Kohler is not looking to score here. They're looking to just take some clock off as Elliott gets it in the lane. A nice looking drive there. A nice possession of just being patient and taking what the Lancers give them. Again, now Lancers down 6. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. Lancers almost got to score every possession here moving forward if they're going to not only tie them up but take the lead. Lancers looking down low to Marissa, who's really not had a great game with only 8 points, 7 rebounds, as she'll be heading to the line here for a couple of free throw attempts.
And with those 7 rebounds, Marissa so far in her 4-year varsity career standing at 842 career rebounds. So depending on how many she can average here the rest of the season, she might be able to hit that 1,000 rebound mark. Be the first ever to hit 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds.
Makes her first one, second one. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I saw a lane violation there. So she's going to get one more free throw attempt, a freebie. Boy, Jamin, you got to make this one. This is a free one that you just were given.
Make this one, make it a 4-point game is going to be huge.
And then get that stop. Marissa up and down, and oh man, that one almost looked like that was going to fall, but did not. As Kohler then looks to probably burn a little bit of clock as they move the ball up the floor. Again, not in a hurry. They're up by 5. They don't need to score. A minute and a half to go. And the next foul, they're going to be shooting free throws. Boy, that was a dangerous pass. They are lucky they got that one through. The Lancers really should have had that.
Lily telegraphed that pass, saw where she was going, went right off her hands. Weren't able to get that.
Look at Coach Bakey. Look at how far he's on the floor. Tell him, you got to foul. You got to foul.
Got to foul or get a steal.
Just nothing. Now both Coach Mike Bakeys are up there yelling foul. And they finally
gets a foul.
Boy, Coach Mike was up by about the volleyball line. Luckily, the ref didn't see that. I don't think refs like that when the coaches are on the floor. All right, like we mentioned, it comes down to free throws. Kohler, in order to win this game, is going to need to put these in. Now up 5 points.
And Kohler as a team are 54% from the free throw line.
Unfazed, knocked it in there. Claire Bratz, really the only senior that I think really has played. There's 2 on the roster, but the only one that's played that I doing a nice job is she. Has only got 3 points in the night, but that was a big 1 point that she had. All right, down 6, minute to go. Are you thinking 3-point here, or are you just thinking get the 2 easy ones really quickly?
If they can get it 2, get it quick. But if they're not able to get a quick 2,
you're going to need points. Yeah.
You're going to need points here. You got a minute left. You got to go. Got to score fast.
Looking here, a lot of Lancers just standing around as Kohler doing a really good job with their defense. And that's going to be Kohler ball. Oh, no. Got knocked out at the last second there. Obviously, I didn't get a great look at it being all the way up here.
A bit too much time there ran off the clock. You got to get a quick shot.
Yeah, now you got to almost put up a 3-point shot. I mean, that was 10 seconds they took off the clock. And there's Makaya. Good double screen, and she hits it. That's a big shot for the Lancers. And a timeout. I think a timeout so that we can get a press set up, to be honest. We had 3 left to be able to do. Coach Mike takes a timeout. Let's set up a good press here and try to get a steal. 45 seconds to go. All right, I love this. Let's play the what-if game here, Jamin. If you're Coach Mike, what are you telling your team right now?
Ball pressure is going to be one of the main things that you want to focus on. Try to get ball pressure without fouling. Kohler's already in the bonus, but if it gets too long, you're going to have to foul quick. And you're not going to want to foul Elliott. You're not going to want to foul Bratz. Actually, you might. Maybe you could go at Bratz. Her sister Lauren, she's been knocking down her free throws, but definitely for sure you want to get ball pressure. You want to be in passing lanes. You want to have rotation on your zone. At this point, with 47 seconds, a 3-point game, they got to get after it, and they got to get after it fast.
Yeah, just looking at some stats here real quickly, it looks like who you want to foul is number 30. if the same starting 5 is out there for Kohler. That's the one that's only shooting 36% from the free throw line. Everyone else shooting very, very well. Yeah, if you're Kohler, you almost got to expect that the Lancers are going to be aggressive. They're going to be aggressive to go after that steal. So make sure you got 2 hands on the ball. Be confident with it, because if they don't get that steal, that foul's probably coming.
And I stand corrected on the free throw shooting. But one thing the Lancers cannot be afraid of is they cannot be afraid of physicality. They cannot be afraid of getting on the floor and getting after loose balls. And it's getting loud, so the Lancers are going to have to get after it.
Ball gets put in, and almost a great steal by Micaiah. Nice anticipation there. A little bit surprised they're not just trying to get it to Gwen Elliott. She's starting on the middle of the floor. Why didn't she just run right toward the basket and grab the ball? She's taller. You can throw it up in the air, and this is exactly what they do
there she
that
goes.
time. Give her the ball. She's a great free throw shooter. As she's struggling to get rid of the ball, and we got a timeout there by Kohler. Yeah, kind of what I thought they should do. A little surprised the Lancers didn't foul there, to be honest. They played some solid defense and forced Kohler to call a timeout. And they've got 2 left here, looks like, here for the remainder of the game. Lancers only have 1 timeout as well. So again, probably the same thing you're saying in the huddle, right? Be aggressive, go for that steal. If you can't get the steal, we're going to need to foul. Know which one you're going to foul. And if you're Kohler, let's set up that inbounds play to try to get it to our best free throw shooter, so that when they foul, we can knock those in and win it at the free throw line here. And their best free throw shooter is Gwen Elliott at about 62% free throws. So I would look for her to do the same thing, coming from about half court here, running right in the middle of the lane, get it nice and high so only she can get it, and then bring it down. We'll see what Kohler does.
They were almost able to force that 10-second violation there.
And that's a 5-second call. A great job by the Lancers on defense, not allowing any pass to come in. And now they get an opportunity. Both teams with 1 timeout, 39 seconds to go. Boy, if I'm the Lancers, I'm running that play you did to Micaiah before, but maybe to the other side.
Get it to Krause down low or get that screen, the screener action.
Yeah, you don't need a 3-pointer. You just need, but you need 2. You need 2 for sure. Looking to get it, and Krause was open there underneath Abby. Oh my goodness, where was Abby throwing the ball there? I think she was trying to get it to Krause, but Krause was not looking. Remember that turnover, folks. That could be the knockout, as the Lancers had an opportunity. Let's see if they can again grab that ball. You got to go for that steal. I don't fault Abby on that one, but now we got a foul as we're at 30 seconds.
Great
29.
foul. That's the person you want to follow right there.
Yep.
As you said, 36% from the free throw line and a 1-and-1.
Yeah, only 9 for 25 if the stats are accurate. So we'll see. It's a 1-on-1 right situation. Bringing Aver Vandermooses, maybe another rebounder and a 3-point shooter, because, yeah, you only have the 1 timeout left. I was just checking fouls here for the Lancers. No one really in foul trouble for the Lancers. First free throw goes. Rebound by Vandermoos, kicks it over to Marissa. 25 seconds to go. Marissa with a nice spin. Ooh, a great block there by number 30, Lauren Bratz. Again, folks, she is one of 4 sophomores that starts for this Kohler team. Not looking like a sophomore there. About 20 seconds to go. Lancers have had some success against these inbound plays. Let's see if we can set something up to Krause as she comes off a double screen. Nothing doing. Good little tip there as number 0 comes through. Ooh, man, that looked like a lot of ball, but maybe got her with the body there. That's too bad for the Lancers. It's what you had to do. Nothing was getting open. You had to throw it in. You don't want a 5-second. But it's unfortunate that you had number 0, Avery. I'm sorry, you say her last name better than I do.
Buzatis.
Okay. Had about a 6-inch advantage over Morgan Yost there. First free throw, no good, though. Yeah, good call. She shoots 50%, but to be honest, has only been on the line 10 times. So now she's 5 for 11. As we have a little bit of stoppage of play, and we're pointing at...
Called the foul on the wrong person. I think they called it on Marissa instead of Morgan.
Yeah, it should be Morgan, yeah. Good call.
I think
I'm sure they'll get that set up.
The ref on the near side caught that. It's on the scoreboard. Marissa's got 3. But Marissa was nowhere in the vicinity for that foul.
I'm not sure if it's going to make that much of a difference. I don't think they're changing it because it was Morgan. But again, only 3 fouls. I don't know if that's going to make that much of a difference. Of course, might eat my words here if we go to overtime. Second free throw. This one goes also no good. Good rebound by Marissa. The Vandermost to Lily Melhorn. Down 3:12 seconds left. Lily, call timeout. Exactly. You got 1 to go. Nothing was happening on that play. Let's set something up and get a good look here. Are you going 3-point shot, Jamin? Or are you going a quick 2?
Go a 3-point shot. Have that one play that you've got. Get that 3-point shot. You get that 3-point shot up with some time on the clock. Get a quick shot. Then you're able to get a rebound and kick it back out for another shot. And with all the discombobulation on that miss, then you'll be able to find an open shooter on the 3-point line. So I definitely think find that big play that you know is going to work. I know we on the boys, we have a play called the 7 seconds play. Would be perfect in this situation. But get that 3-point shot play, or if Mike wants to go for a quick 2, get a quick 2, and then you got to foul right away.
Yeah, I just think, we've been fortunate. Kohler's missed some free throws here. That isn't going to last. I think go for the 3-point shot, tie it up, and then you can just play honest defense. You don't have to sit there and try to foul and let Kohler win it. Lancers have only been hitting 33% from 3-point line in this game. I'm sure you'd love it if Micaiah could have the ball here, but I'll be honest, I'm not against Ava Vandermost taking this shot. She's had some nice looks at the 3-point shot. Even Marissa Melhorn, who's not really known as a 3-point shooter, made one. Yost has been known to make them. Lily certainly can make them, but I'm sure your number one option is probably Micaiah, or my guess would be Ava, both of them that are out there. Let's see what Mike draws up here. We're at 9 seconds, 8.9 to go. Marissa throwing the ball in. Over to Micaiah, who puts up a 3. That one, tough to see if that was blocked or she just kind of missed it. A tough shot kind of fading away.
Tough shot fading away. Defense was right on her.
Lancers are going to have to foul here if they don't get the steal, as they're going to be able to dribble this sucker out. I was going to say, boy, those refs are going to let them play there. 2 seconds to go. I suppose it's possible, Jamin.
Yeah, they got
one free throw here, is going to put it away. Is this 2 shots? No, this is just, yes, this is 2 shots.
She's got to miss both.
She's got to be able to miss both, and then a heave, most likely, because the Lancers are out of timeouts.
Marissa has had a buzzer beater tie her in the first.
Oh, my goodness. That one could not have gone more in than what it did, and that roll out. Again, it's a quick rebound, maybe a dribble, and then you got to just launch it 3-quarter. The shot goes up, and that probably will do it for Kohler. As they get a couple of shots up there, you're going to have to shoot it, and that one doesn't fall. As the Lancers fall tonight, 53-57, they'll pick up their 3rd loss. I guess my impression walking away from this game is kind of how it started. The Lancers really started cold, and they just, even though they had a lead of 10, they just weren't able to look comfortable the whole game and how they were running their offense or what they were doing overall. A credit to Kohler for playing just tremendous defense and then really pouring it on in the second half. But I'm sure that the Lancers would love to play Kohler again sometime, because I think the result might be different.
Yeah, in the first half, they were rattled in that first half. I mean, they're not used to playing against a man-to-man defense. At least the last week or two, they've only played teams that play zone. And Kohler comes out in the first half after playing man, and the Lancers just weren't ready. They didn't look prepared for it. They could have been prepared, but their level of defensive intensity was up there. And it also certainly the fact that they started out cold definitely doesn't help. I definitely think they get another crack at this thing. They're not going to start out that cold again. Banky's going to make her shots inside. She had great open looks. There's also great defense on some drives. A lot of blocks, a lot of height for Kohler. So I definitely think next time if these teams play each other, Lancers definitely aren't going to like to have the same outcome, because they're going to be able to knock down those close shots. They'll be able to play man-to-man defense, or be able to expect the man-to-man defense. So
Yeah, nice job tonight by the Kohler Blue Bombers as they pick up their 11th victory on the season, winning at least their part of the North-South Big East crossover game. Last time we checked, Oostburg was in a commanding lead over St. Mary Catholic. So it's definitely the South is winning this crossover series, at least so far. Yeah, for the Lancers, Micaiah Krause ends up with 26 points, shooting over 50% from the field. Ava Vandermus with 12. But then, Marissa with 9, Abby with 0, Morgan Yost with 2. Again, just couldn't get it going there on the offensive side for the Lancers as they only shoot 34% here on this game. And for Kohler, 21 points there for kind of our spotlight player, Gwen Elliott. She averages 26 points. She was the real deal. It was fun to watch her play on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, she was able to get inside and get bunny shots. She was physical on the inside against Banky, and Banky's a physical body. She's not easy to push around, and she was making Banky work. And she was also knocking down some big three-point shots. She shot at 40% on the year. She came in tonight, and she showed us why she shoots at 40% on the year. She made some big-time three balls. Her ball handling was there. Her feel of the court was there. She found her teammates on fast break. She kind of just did it all tonight.
Silver lining in this game is it does not count against the conference standings, even though a loss is still a loss. Lancers still in the pace of getting that, winning their conference, although they're going to need to beat St. Mary Catholic coming up in a couple of weeks. Again, you mentioned they're on the road next week. Jamin, I couldn't even get to my fourth question today. The game was so exciting. Do you even want to do the fourth question, or should I just talk through it with you? You're sitting at 1.75.
We got nothing to lose. Let's just go through it.
All right. This is a little bit of a selfless promotion, but Lakeshore Lutheran Schools just opened up their own spirit pump. You've maybe seen those around where certain cents per gallon is given right to that organization. The question was going to be, where is that spirit pump located so that everyone who's listening at home can go and fill up their vehicles tonight? Any guesses where that is? That's a tough one. But that's why it's the last one. Take a guess. It's at a BP station, I'll give you that. So think through.
BP that's close by here down the road?
I'm just saying it's a BP station.
I don't know what the road is, but it's...
You're saying the one in Manitowoc, like down by the lake, or the one kind of up by, like if you're heading out to Reedsville?
Head out to Reedsville, over by Vinton over there.
Yeah, it's actually the other one. I tried to give it to you there. Yeah, the one actually heading out to Reedsville, that one actually supports just Manitowoc Lutheran High School. But if you want to support any of our Lakeshore Lutheran schools, 14 of them, head over to the BP, kind of down by the Dairy Queen, down by the lake, by the old mall there, and you'll find a Lakeshore Lutheran Schools pump. 2 cents of every gallon that's pumped goes right back into Lakeshore Lutheran Schools. We appreciate it if you take the effort to go down there and use that. Jamin, I had a blast here tonight doing the game with you. Unfortunately, we couldn't produce a victory here for the Lancer girls. Your last thoughts before we sign off tonight?
Lancers didn't go out without a fight. I mean, early on in that second half, looked like the Bombers were pulling away, but the Lancers didn't give up. They fought back, and they fought back hard, and it was just a great game by both teams. Both teams played hard, and just overall well played.
That's it for us then tonight. Lancers pick up girls action next Tuesday. For the boys, you guys are right here on Monday. No school on Monday. Enjoy the weekend, Jamin. Thanks for listening, everyone out there. And wherever you are, have a great night.